Good evening, everybody, and welcome into Lorene Ramsey Gymnasium. It is finally time for some postseason basketball. We come to you for the quarterfinal round of this Region 24 men's basketball tournament as the tournament's 4 seed, your ICC Cougars, who come in 17-8 overall, take on the 5th seeded Lincoln Land Loggers, who come in 5-23. Hi, everybody. Alex Dobb along for the call of this one. This will be our last broadcast of the year with commentary. However, both semifinals and the region championship will be live streamed. The same way you got to this channel will obviously be the same way you will get to Saturday and Sunday's games. So, depending on how things shape out, we hope you'll tune in for those games as well. I talked to ICC head coach Tony Weisinger before the game, kind of picked his brain on what he's looking for in this one. He gave me a couple keys to the game in his mind. Open shots, you got to take them. Any single moment you got them, you got to take them. The other thing he mentioned kind of as a sub point of that is it doesn't matter where it's at, time and score. He even went as far to say basically the time and score. These aren't his words, but time and score doesn't matter. You know, if you get the open shot, take it. It doesn't matter where it is or what have you. Time and score basically out the window. Put up the shot. The other thing is they need to take advantage of live turnovers, assuming they come at some point or another from the Loggers, and taking advantage of live turnovers. And then he kind of named 2 players to watch. I narrowed it down to 1 and said number 33, Jake Pennell. But he said Pennell and Nick Hagel, 2 kind of joint players to watch. He did mention one thing about Pennell, how he loves to go right, so if the Cougars can force him to go left at any particular point in time, that obviously bodes well for the Cougars. Speaking of Pennell, let's take a look at some statistical leaders for both sides. First for the Loggers, and like I said, speaking of Pennell, not too much else. Points, field goals made, threes made, free throws made, assists, and steals. That categorical lead all belong to Jake Pennell. 372 points, 13.3 a game, 40.2% from the field, 36.4% from behind the arc, 80.3% from the stripe, 67 assists, and 31 steals. So you can imagine, even though Coach Weisinger did mention 2 players to watch from his angle, you would imagine that Pennell would get perhaps a little more attention, for lack of better words. On the side of the Cougars, they got 2 first-team all-conference honorees. Ian Milstead and Martrellian Gibson were named first team. So congratulations to those 2. Let's go through some statistical leaders for the Cougars. Martrellian Gibson in points with 12.7 a game. Gibson also shooting 58.5% from the field. Nicholas McKenzie, 34.5% from behind the arc. Ian Milstead shooting a pretty darn good 81.1% from the charity stripe. Armani Hall and Ian Milstead have split the rebounds lead. They've got 115 boards on the year. Assists, you got Milstead and then Patrick McKenzie, 58 assists. Steals goes to Gibson with 28, and blocks goes to Milstead with 17. As far as how these 2 teams line up statistically in terms of team stats, ICC outshooting Lincoln Land from the field, 45.5% to 39%. From 3, the edge goes to the Cougars, 34.4% to 30.7%. From the free throw line also goes to the Cougars, 72.3% to 70.8%. ICC, again, these are all averages from here on out. I guess I should just lead with that. These are all averages, not obviously totals. ICC out-rebounding Lincoln Land 41.6 to 27.5. Fouls assessed per game. Lincoln Land does have the edge in that one, 15.5 to 19.7. Assist goes to the Cougars, 13.5 to 10.9. Turnovers is very close, but the Loggers edge out ICC in that category, 15.4 per game to 15.7 per game. Steals, edge goes to the Cougars, 6.5 per game to 5.4 per game. blocks to the Cougars, 2.5 per game to 0.9 per game. And very significant, the points, obviously, a big one. And ICC has a significant advantage in that category coming into today's game with a grand total of 2,038 points. It's 81.5 per game, while Lincoln Land has scored 1,863 points, 66.5 points per game. We'll take one last break, at least for me on the mic. We'll be back with about a minute until tip-off, and then once that minute goes down, we'll send it down to public address announcer Scott Hof, who will go through the starting lineups and national anthem for tonight's region quarterfinal game. Again, I'll be back in about 3 minutes, so take a listen to the sights and sounds of the pregame, and we'll be back at the 1 minute mark. All right, welcome back here to the Cougarplex. Alex Stout with you as we get ready for tip. They have cut off the warm-up clock, so here is public address announcer Scott Hof with the starting lineups in tonight's national anthem.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lorraine Ramsey Gymnasium on the campus of Illinois Central College for tonight's NJCAA Region 24 quarterfinal matchup between the Loggers of Lincoln Land Community College and the Cougars of Illinois Central College. At this time, would you please stand, remove your caps, and place your hand over your heart as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Now let's get the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First for the visiting Loggers of Lincoln Land Community College. Starting in guard, the 5'10" sophomore out of Mount Auburn, Illinois, number 14, Logan Clayton. Starting in another guard for the Loggers, out of Steelville, Illinois, a 6'5" sophomore, number 24, Nick Hagel. And a forward, a 6'3" sophomore out of Williamsville, Illinois, number 33, Jake Pinnell. And another forward for the Loggers, a 6'7" sophomore out of Lee Summit, Illinois, number 12, DJ Newland. And at the other forward, a 6'5" freshman out of Auburn, Illinois, number 10, Benji Baker. The Loggers are coached by Mr. Chuck Shanklin, assisted by Steve Baker, Ty Johnson, Ben Kramer, and Nick Patton. Now, let's meet the starting lineups for your home team, the Illinois Central Cougars. Starting at guard, a 6'2" freshman out of Chicago, Illinois, number 13, Patrick McKenzie. And another guard for the Cougars, a 6'2" sophomore out of East Peoria, Illinois, number 10, Ian Wilstead. And another guard, a 6'3" sophomore out of Chicago, Illinois, number 23, Nicholas McKenzie. And in the fourth guard slot, a 6'3" sophomore out of Waynesville, Illinois, number 24, Australian Gibson. And in the fourth for the Cougars, a 6'7" freshman out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, number 5, Armani Hall. The Cougars are coached by Mr. Tony Leisinger, assisted by Michael Greer, Tim Stack, and Tony Thompson.
So one more time through the starting five for the Cougars: Armani Hall, Ian Milstead, Patrick McKenzie, Nicholas McKenzie, and Martrelli Gibson. DJ Doolin, the 6'7" sophomore from Lee Summit, Missouri, will jump for the Loggers. And looks like it'll be Armani Hall for the Cougars. Here we go, region quarterfinal from the Cougarplex. Loggers and the Cougars. Winner gets number 1 Parkland tomorrow, or Saturday rather. And here we go. Cougars will win the opening tip-off. It'll be Patrick McKenzie. Has it over at the right wing. He'll now drive. Hands it off to Milstead, first team all-conference selection. Milstead down low, Hall. Armani turnaround. Muscles up to 2, doesn't get it to go. Rebound Pennell for the Loggers. Ian Pennell, kind of my player to watch. He leads in literally everything that I put on my list except for rebounds and blocks. 19-19 in the first half. Pennell there, they make him go left, as Coach Weisinger mentioned in the pregame, but yet he still makes a three. So 3-0 Loggers, 19:03 to go in the first half. McKenzie off the screen from Hall. Kick out Milstead. Hall come up left for the screen. Milstead back to Hall. Hall baseline to McKenzie. Takes a couple steps in. Floater no good. Hall tip back no good. Somebody's got to get it. And Lincoln Land saves it. This will be DJ Doolin. Hands it off to Logan Clayton. 5'10" sophomore from Mount Auburn that will run the point. Turnaround two, and then it's travel. So ball goes to the Cougars, 18-27 in the first half. Lincoln Land 3, ICC 0. Now if I understand this right, John Wood does have a form of live stream of their quarterfinal in Quincy that I believe is going on at the same time as ours. So I will make an effort to pull that up here to my side, and we'll try and keep you all posted on that game just for kicks. We'll see how things are going in this one as the Cougars give it up to the Loggers, and Logan Clayton gets the 2. McKenzie at the point. And we have an offensive on the Cougars. I think should be on Milstead. Nope, on Nicholas McKenzie.
Cougars' personal foul goes against number 23, Nicholas McKenzie. That's his first, team's first.
So John Wood, Ben, and Danville area, 19-28 in the first half. They are scoreless. Loggers on the drive, Pennell to Doolin for 2. Lincoln Land starts the game on a 7-0 run here in East Peoria. Timeout Cougars. It's a 30-second timeout. So 30-second timeout called by the Cougars. They now have 5 to go. 17-24 in the first half. Lincoln Land starts the game here on a 7-0 run. Patrick McKenzie over to Nicholas McKenzie. McKenzie thought about the 3. They had the cut from Milstead for a second. Patrick McKenzie left wing, top of the key, Armani Hall. Now Nicholas McKenzie, 3-ball, nope. Rebound, Patrick McKenzie to Armani Hall. 2 with contact is good. Cougars get their first points of the game, 7-2 Lincoln Land, 16:53 in the first half. Danville area leads John Wood 2-0, 18:35 in the first half. Loggers drive, 2 is good. Tough look for Nick Hagel. Again, him and Pennell, 2 of Coach Weisinger's players to watch. Milstead, corner 3, nope, he's going to drive. 2 with contact, no good. Armani Hall, rebound and put back, 9-4. So a 7-0 run. Cougars have had a couple scores here. Pennell, jumper, good. 11-4. Pennell now has 5. Nicholas McKenzie, Ian Milstead, Armani Hall, 3-ball, no good. Rebound DJ Doolin, who almost has it stripped away from him by Ian Milstead. Again, I mentioned pregame Milstead and Martrellian Gibson, 2 first-team all-conference selections for the Cougars. That one's no good. Rebound McKenzie. Patrick McKenzie to Nicholas McKenzie, and out of bounds it goes. Now, I think this is what Coach Shanklin's talking about with one of the officials, is Were they going to call a travel before that turnover?
Number 22, Brian Brantley.
Brian Brantley, the 5'7" sophomore from Chicago, is into the game and replaces Patrick McKenzie. So 15:35 in the first half, 11-4 Loggers. Logan Clayton runs the point. Open corner three is no good. Rebound, Martrellian Gibson. Gibson quickly up center court, lost it to Armani Hall, who puts up the two after the nifty move, no good. Rebound and putback, good. 11-6 Loggers, 15:05 in the first half. Armani Hall has all 6 of ICC's points. Pennell to Doolin. Looks down low, goes over to Clayton. Pennell drives on Milstead, drives right through 3 Cougar defenders. Pennell corner, nope. Almost lost it. Cross court, that pass is going to be too high and a turnover. Katon Brown and DJ Davis into the game for the Cougars. So I know we still got plenty of time left, but we'll take you through the region tournament field at the half as well as halftime stats. Winner of the region tournament obviously advances to nationals. Division II national tournament at Danville Area Community College. Mary Miller Gym. I was just there this afternoon, actually. Not for anything JUCO basketball related, but I was in Danville. Oh, what do we have here? Charge on the Loggers. Charge to 24, Nick Hagel. Brantley runs the point. With 14:03 to go until halftime. Cougars down 5. Gibson to Brown, cross court to Hall in the right wing. Right corner, 3-ball, Brantley, nope. Brantley goes top of the key to Hall, nice low. Second too late apparently. Clayton good. 13-6, 13:43 in the first half. Remember, this was a Logger victory in Springfield, but a Cougar victory in East Peoria. Armani Hall, top of the key, Brian Brantley, thought about the three, goes down low, Hall. Hall turns it over. The turnover number is certainly not in the Cougars' favor right now. Pennell for 2 with contact, no good. DJ Davis comes away with a rebound. Davis down floor. He's going to take it himself and doesn't get the 2 to go. Armani Hall rebound and put back, no good. Brown, good. So what if it takes 3 tries? As long as you get it in without, Lincoln Land getting the defensive rebound, you'll take it. I mean, it wouldn't be optimal, but points are points. 13-8 Lincoln Land, 13:02 in the first half. 30-second timeout called by the Loggers. .65 freshman from Fulton, Illinois, Tyler Bruggenworth is a new entry into the game out of the timeout. So the 5 on the floor for the Cougars right now, Patrick McKenzie, Ian Milstead, Tyler Bruggenworth, Katon Brown, and DJ Davis. 13-8 Lincoln Land, 13 minutes even to go in the first half. This is Clayton, goes to Hagel. Hagel drives on Milstead, over to Clayton. Clayton down low, turns it over. McKenzie to Milstead. Milstead, defender closing out quickly. Milstead gets the 2. Back to a 3-point game. Again, that nice start for the Loggers has theoretically at least, been erased by the Cougars. We'll see if ICC can keep up the momentum. Hagel with contact, and they bring in the shooting foul on the Cougars.
Shooting foul goes against the Cougars.
Ian Milstead. That'll be his first. Team second. Nick Hagel at the line for the Loggers. Loggers is a team I mentioned in the pregame, 398 for 562 from the line prior to that one. It's good for 70.8%. Just shy of the Cougars, 72.3% from the line. That one is good. 15-10 rather. I can count. 12-15 to go in the first half. Patrick McKenzie at the point. DJ Davis runs baseline. McKenzie over to Davis. Sub for the Loggers, next dead ball. Milstead in the corner. To Brown. Brown has his pass batted, but right to Patrick McKenzie. DJ Davis down to 10 on the shot clock, and Davis has it batted out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cougars. So substitution for the Loggers, a 6'1" freshman from St. Joseph, Illinois, which I was also in today, ironically enough. Jordan Brooks into the game. St. Joe Ogden High School, I drove by that today, and it's a pretty nice facility. They got pretty nice facilities. Their only thing I got to see was their football field, but it still looks pretty sharp. Milstead to beat the shot clock, no good. Rebound, Catan Brown, put back, good. $11:39 in the first half, 15-12 Loggers. Three ball is no good. Rims out for Hardick. McKenzie to Davis, to Milstead. Three ball, good. Cougars back to tied, 15 all. 11-18 in the first half. Coach Shanklin says slow it down. Tyler Sales to Hardick. Hardick stolen away by Brown. Brown to Milstead. Cougars barely have numbers, but they do have numbers. And then Milstead misjudged the pass to Davis, so it'll be a turnover to the Loggers. DJ Doolin and Jake Pennell both back in for the Loggers. And what do we have here?
Also checking in
and CJ May, sophomore from Lee Summit, Missouri, into the game. $10:52 until the break. Tied game. Pennell stolen away. Brown has it at the left wing, goes left corner with Bruggenworth. Bruggenworth to McKenzie, 10:33 in the first half, 15 all. Corner three ball, Brown, nope. Rebound Doolin. CJ May running the point now for the Loggers, with who had been their point guard to this point, Logan Clayton on the bench. Baseline drive and two, blocked by the backboard, I believe, by Pennell. Davis to McKenzie. Right wing three for Milstead, good. Cougars lead 18-15. Jordan Brooks runs the point for Lincoln Land. Tries to get past McKenzie, gets it into the right corner with Pennell. Pennell drives and almost has it stolen away, but he still has it and then throws it off the head of Patrick McKenzie. Something that Coach Weisinger is not taking too kindly to. Might have heard PA announcer Scott Hope in the background. Martrillian Gibson returns, and then the new entry, freshman from Salem, Illinois, Damon Crosby. So, looks like McKenzie will stay in the game. So that's good to see. Might be worth at least checking in on. Obviously, it was head, but obviously must not be anything too severe that he needed to sit out of the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pennell, that might be an offensive. It is. He made the mistake of leading with the forearm, and that's how the ICC player went down. A moderately easy at least. I'm not the official, so I can't guarantee the difficulty of that call, but either way, it is a charge on the Loggers. 2 team fouls apiece. 18-15 ICC, 9:20 in the first half. Patrick McKenzie from the left wing goes top of the key. Milstead thought about the 3. Milstead to McKenzie. McKenzie drives and misjudges the pass to Bruggenworth, out of bounds to the Loggers. CJ May tries to drive on McKenzie. Pennell to a traveling Jordan Brooks. See if we can get the John Wood, Danville area score. Uh, 11-10 in the first half. John Wood 12, Danville area 7. Again, the winner of that game plays Lincoln Land, or Ren Lake rather, but the winner of our game gets Parkland. Semifinals at 1 and 3 on Saturday here at Ramsey Gym. Damon Crosby, fade away, good. Again, after a slow start, Cougars have turned it around here, and I think we're going to get a timeout on the Loggers. So Coach Shanklin calls his second charge timeout of the game. And what did they giving him a full or a 30? He's still talking something over with the officials at the moment. He is going to go with the full. So full timeout Lincoln Land. They're down the 4 left. 20-15 Cougars, 8:23 to go in the first half. So out of the timeout, again, a full timeout called by the Loggers. Here is a game reset. Cougars lead Lincoln Land 20-15, 8:23 to go in the first half. Both teams have 2 team fouls apiece. Lincoln Land has used 2 timeouts, thus down to 4. Cougars have used 1 timeout, thus down to 5. Again, we're coming to you from Lorraine Ramsey Gym at Illinois Central College for a Region 24 quarterfinal. The winner advances to play top seed Parkland Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. That'll be just before the number 1 ranked ICC women are playing at Danville area in their region semifinal. No good for May. Crosby comes away with it. Still that 5-point lead. Patrick McKenzie, top of the key. Dribbles left over to the left wing. We have an offensive foul on the Cougars.
Illegal screen goes against the Cougars. Personal charge goes to Nicholas McKenzie. His second, team's third.
Did they give it to McKenzie or Bruggenworth? They gave it to McKenzie. So Nicholas McKenzie picks up his second personal. First Cougar, obviously, with multiple fouls on himself. Oh, steal for Crosby, 1-on-1. Crosby, good. Good run here. Again, that's the thing I've mentioned a couple times already. Let's see if the Cougars can keep it up at least. May, 3-ball, good for Hagel. Gibson to Hall. Hall, cross court, McKenzie, down low, Crosby. Crosby has it stolen away. Freshman from East Peoria, Cole Morton, into the game. So 5 on the floor right now for the Cougars. You got Hall, Gibson, Crosby, Morton, and McKenzie. 6:49 in the first half, 22-18. Pennell lost it, yep. .645 in the first half, 22-18. Lincoln Land has a bit of a argument to be made perhaps about that possession call there. Armani Hall for 2, no good. Rebound, Plink goes around to DJ Doolin. I'm not an expert at body language, but I would assume that's what they would be talking about. A couple of the players even were pretty adamant about that call. Rebound for Ian Milstead. Milstead up center court. Oh, look at that! Gets past Logan Clayton, but to no avail. 22-18, 5:53 in the first half. Jordan Brooks down to Doolin. Doolin kick out May for 3, no good. Rebound tips to DeMond Crosby. 1-on-1, Crosby. No good, rebound Doolin, who is fouled.
Cougars' personal foul goes against Patrick McKenzie. That's his first, team's fourth. Checking back in for the Cougars,
Ketan Brown, Martrelli, and Gibson for Patrick McKenzie and DeMond Crosby. 5:34 in the first half. Cougars by 4, 22-18. Hagel to Brooks. Brooks back to Hagel. Hagel to Clayton. Clayton looks, can't find anybody. Jumper good. 22-20, 5:04 in the first half. Ian Milstead from the left wing. Milstead to Gibson. Gibson top of the key, Brown over to the right wing, more so. Brown drives, turnaround 2, might have given them the elbow. Yep, they're going to call the offensive on Brown for the elbow. Oh, but then they're going to say the Loggers were within the restricted arc. So because they're within the restricted arc, no charge. So DJ Doolin picks up his first, team's third. Don Brown shoots 2 for the Cougars. First one is good. 23-20, 4:46 on the clock. As Coach Shanklin continues to plead his case after that block charge call. Brown no good, rebound Doolin. (23-20) down to 4:33 in the first half. Jordan Brooks down low to DJ Doolin. Doolin back to Brooks for 3, no good. And that's going to be off the Loggers. Nope, they save it. Brooks to Hagel for 3. That looked good, but it doesn't fall. Milstead with the rebound. Ian Milstead Goes top of the key to Martrelli and Gibson over to Catan Brown, left wing. Fakes the three. Looks cross court. Goes top of the key with Gibson. Over to Morton. 15 on the shot clock, 3:50 on the game clock. Armani Hall from the left wing. Thought about the three, will now drive. Turnaround two for Armani, no good. Rebound falls down to the Loggers. Oh. Okay. DJ Davis into the game, and he will replace Armani Hall. And a foul comes in. I believe it'll be ICC's 15th foul if I'm doing my math right. Yep. So first personal on DJ Davis. ICC now only has one foul left to give. And there it went. So now ICC has no fouls to give. Lincoln Land in the bonus. Second foul on DJ Davis. Now, I'm sure Coach Weisinger can't be happy with that call. Not that it's a right or wrong call, but that you're committing a foul without any time running off the clock. And then an offensive foul is charged to number 10, Benji Eaker. Milstead over to Davis, now Gibson in the corner. Gibson, looks to Brown. That's a good look, but Brown, when he did the fake, he also took a couple steps. So DeMond Crosby will replace DJ Davis. 3:09 in the first half, 23-20 Cougars. Yeah, I think it's safe enough to say it's close enough until halftime that we will wait until the break to give you another update on John Wood and Danville area. Getting halftime, we'll also break down the region tournament field as well as halftime stats from this game. Brooks. This is Eaker, no good, but he draws the shooting foul on the Cougars. On Cole Morton, that's his first, again, team seventh. So in some, I guess, bizarre situation, had that not been a shooting foul, it still would have been one in bonus for the Loggers. Freshman from Chicago, Joe Turner into the game. One more free throw and it's in. Down to a 1-point game, 23-22. 2:44 in the first half. Brown to Crosby. Now Milstead from the corner. Milstead top of the key to Gibson, left wing Brown. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Milstead corner three ball. Good! 26-22. 2:20 until the first half. Until halftime. I don't know why I said it that way. Doolin to Hagel, blocked. Second try, and he draws the foul and gets the shot to go. Shooting foul on the Cougars, charged to DeMond Crosby. That'll be his first, team's 8th. So this will give Lincoln Land a chance to get it to a 1-point game. Score is currently 26-24, 2:05 in the first quarter, and there is the 1-point game. Milstead top of the key. Goes over to Gibson. Gibson to Brown. Now Milstead right corner. Almost lost it, still has it. Crosby to Milstead for three. Nope. Rebound Gibson. Nice rebound for him. Three ball Crosby, no good. Rebound was tipped by Brown, but into the hands of the Loggers, more specifically DJ Doolin. 1:30 until the break. Cougars holding on to a 1-point lead as it stands right now in a win or go home situation. Although they technically are home, but you know what I mean. Eaker, jumper, no good. Rebound, Milstead. Milstead to Brown for three. Nope. Rebound tips off Crosby, I would imagine. Yep. They'll say this is Lincoln Land ball. 1:05 until halftime. ICC 26, Lincoln Land 25. Patrick McKenzie back into the Cougar lineup for Catan Brown. Here comes Clayton. Gives it to Doolin. Cross court to Hagel. Under a minute to go. Brooks to Eaker. Eaker drives and has it turned over. Stolen away by McKenzie. McKenzie to Gibson. Good. 28-25, 40 seconds until the half. Timeout Lincoln Land. It is a full timeout, so the Loggers now down to 3 timeouts here before the break. (28-25) Cougars, 36.9 until the half. One possession games between ICC and Lincoln Land at the Cougarplex. What's new? Crosby with the rebound. I'm referencing the women's game, by the way, if anybody didn't catch that. Gibson, corner three, no good. Rebound, that's going to be tipped off Crosby. So you would assume, barring anything crazy, that Lincoln Land will hold on for the last shot here. Down to 15 on the game clock. Shot clock is off. 28-25 Cougars. One buzzer beater, no good. So we are at halftime. ICC 28, Lincoln Land 25. We'll be back with halftime stats, a look at the region tournament field, and just my overall thoughts on the first half. Stay tuned. So welcome back to Ramsey Gym. Alex Staub with you here at the break. Let's take a look at the Region 24 bracket. The winner of our game advances to the region semifinal on Saturday at 1 p.m. to take on the top seed Parkland. The other play-in game pits number 3 seeded John Wood against 6th seeded Danville area. That is taking place as we speak in Quincy. See if I can get a score. 29-22 John Wood at half. And then the winner of the John Wood Danville area game will play Saturday at 3 p.m. against the 2nd seed Rend Lake. Again, those semifinals and championship all here at Ramsey Gym at the Cougarplex. Those games will all be live streamed here on this YouTube channel. Halftime leaders for the Cougars. Ian Milstead 4 for 7 from the field. Milstead also 3 for 5 from 3. Catan Brown with the only free throws of the half for the Cougars. He's 1 for 2. Ian Milstead with 11 points. Total rebounds lead is split between numerous Cougars. Catan Brown, Armani Hall, Damon Crosby, Patrick McKenzie, and Marcellian Gibson all have 3 rebounds. Assist lead goes to Patrick McKenzie with 3. Blocks, you got 1 for Catan Brown and 1 for Damon Crosby. And then steals, Crosby and McKenzie again. Damon Crosby and Patrick McKenzie with 1 apiece. Team stats for the Cougars: 12 for 29 from the field, 3 for 11 from 3, 1 for 2 from the line, 18 rebounds, 8 fouls, 6 assists, 12 turnovers, 2 steals, 28 points. Quickly before they get ready to inbound here, some intangible type stats. Points off turnovers are knotted up at 8. Second chance points goes to ICC, 10-3. Let's see here. We'll just leave it at that. I don't think anything is of major significance at this point. Lincoln Land ball to start the second half here. Winner go home in this region quarterfinal. This is Logan Clayton, top the key to Jake Pennell. Pennell over to Benji Eaker, down low DJ Doolin, almost a turnover it is. No, it's not. Poked from behind by Milstead. So real briefly, we do want to plug the number 1 ranked ICC women are also the top seed at their region tournament. That takes place at Danville Area Community College. That is this Saturday and Sunday, like the men's tournament. ICC women play the winner of tonight's quarterfinal between Parkland and Lewis and Clark. That game will take place at 2 p.m. We got a foul on Martrelli Gibson. So that women's game will take place on Saturday at 2 p.m. from Danville area. If you want to do double dipping and be at the men's game and follow the women's game, or be at the women's game and follow the men's game, I mentioned the men's game will be live streamed on YouTube. The women's game will have an audio call on Mixlr. It's an audio-only streaming app. You can either download the app, it's MIXLR, as Clayton gets the jumper. MIXLR is the app, and Gibson! He had the open path basically from half court, and he slams it home for the Cougars to take a 30-27 lead. Actually, we'll do it this way. To save some time, I'll just comment it on the live stream. Again, well, this is Patrick McKenzie, and he gets the layup to go. So there's that link. And then either that or you can download the app. That's how you would access the women's game Saturday. And I in all honesty, have run into a situation at the high school level. I was working the Morton High School girls super sectional. At the same time, the Morton boys were in their regional at different sites, as Clayton's jumper is no good. Rebound Armani Hall. So if you want to do that on Saturday, assuming the Cougars were to win, but nothing's guaranteed in postseason basketball. If you want to do that Saturday, go right ahead. Armani Hall drive and kick. Nicholas McKenzie, 3 ball, nope. Rebound Gibson, and he lost it off his leg. Ooh. On the women's side, Parkland lost to John Wood. For those of you that aren't familiar with the region on the women's side, that's an upset to me, especially with Parkland in Champaign, as Benji Eaker gets the 2 for Lincoln Land. So it'll be ICC, Lewis and Clark on the women's side, Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. from Danville area. That was a 2-point victory for the Cougars in Godfrey. Came down to the last shot that was a missed 3 by the Trailblazers. So we'll see what happens Saturday in Danville. Milstead drives, dishes it off to Marcellian Gibson, 2 no good. Rebound DJ Doolin. Kick out, 3 ball, good for Logan Clayton. 32 all, 7:37. Can't talk. 17:08 in the first half. Hall to McKenzie for 3. Nope. Tipped by Gibson, but right to the Loggers. Clayton to Pennell. Pennell for 3. No good. Rebound off Armani Hall. Cougars fans are pretty adamant that it should be ICC ball, but what happened there is Clayton went to save it and then threw it back off the thigh. I believe it was Armani Hall. Kind of forgetting the play now, but either way, it was thrown off the Cougar player from my angle. Clayton inbounds to Doolin. Doolin thought about the 3. It goes down low. Eaker and turnover. And then a foul committed by Eaker.
Personal foul goes against Benji Eaker. Team's first.
.16:42 to go in the second half. We're tied at 32. Patrick McKenzie with the ball. Armani Hall has the lane, and then he's blocked. Wow. DJ Doolin to Jake Pennell. Pennell almost lost it, recovers. 16:23 in the first half. Pennell, and almost a turnover, blocked by Hall. Rebound comes down to McKenzie to Davis. 2 is good. 34-32, 16:08 to go in the second half. Pennell to Clayton. Three is good for Hagel. Yeah. Unfortunately for DJ, what I saw is there was no play on the ball. He was just jumping into the pile. And maybe he was going for the ball, but when the contact was made, there was no play on the ball at that moment. And I would assume that's where the call came from. So Mary Miller Gym, Danville area. Women are there Saturday. The winner of this region tournament is also there for nationals. So Mary Miller Gym getting a good workout for some postseason basketball on both the men's and women's sides. And that's out of bounds going the other way. Cougars down 1, 15-11 to go. Win or go home. Again, it's kind of redundant. We are home, but you know what I mean. Patrick McKenzie to Tyler Bruggenworth. 2 no good. Offensive rebound blocked. McKenzie comes away with it. Nicholas McKenzie for 3. Good. Cougars by 2.
personal foul goes against Jake Pinnell. That's his team second. Checking back in for the Cougars, Ketan Brown. He replaces Patrick McKenzie.
14:34 until maybe the end of the game, or maybe we're going to take more than that. Who knows? Brown to Bruggenworth. Good. Pennell to Clayton. To Pennell again. Back to Clayton. Down low, Doolin. And the jumper's good for Eaker. 39-37 Cougars. Stolen away. Clayton blocked. I think Milstead got a hand on that, but the offensive rebound and putback is good for Benji Eaker. 39-39, 13:28 in the second half. DJ Davis, jumper, good. Almost a line change for the Cougars. They got 3 coming in next dead ball. Pennell, wow, gets the roll. 41-41, 12:50 in the second half. Milstead to Brown. McKenzie to Bruggenworth. 15 on the shot clock. Bruggenworth to Davis. And right through the hands of Ketan Brown. We're going the other way. Damon Crosby, Joe Turner, and Martrellian Gibson all in. This is Logan Clayton. It's been their point guard, I would say, about 80 to 90% of the time. Pennell stripped away, and that might be off Pennell. Nope, he saved it. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Clayton. Down to 5 on the shot clock, tipped out by Joe Turner. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Loggers inbound in front of their own bench. Benji Eaker on the inbound to Jake Pennell. Turnaround 2 to beat the shot clock. No good, but it's off the rim, so shot clock resets. Rebound falls down to Joe Turner. Nice hustle there by him. Martrellian Gibson goes to the right wing with DJ Davis. Davis to Crosby. Crosby, jumper, fouled. 2 shots forthcoming for the Loggers.
Shooting foul goes against the Loggers. Personal charge to Benji Eaker. That's his third, team's third. At the line, he's shooting 2 for the Cougars. Damon Crosby. And the Loggers lineup, Jordan Brooks, also checking number 23, TJ Haynes.
Crosby at the line. Any free throw at this point of the game is critical. Again, the Cougars shooting 72.3% from the stripe entering today's game. They get that one to go, 42-41 with 11:39 to go. Again, the winner gets top seed Parkland Saturday afternoon. DJ Doolin to TJ Gaines. Now Clayton hands it off to Brooks. Brooks down low, might be a turnover. It is not. 2 is good for Nick Hagel. Ian Milstead over to the left wing, left corner rather, with Martrelli and Gibson. Gibson to Crosby. Cross court, pass was tipped. Milstead brought it in. Milstead to Crosby for three. Good. 45-43, timeout ICC. It is a full. So full timeout, Cougars, 10:56 to go. Cougars by 2. So out of the timeout once again, 10:56 to go. 2-point lead as it stands right now, 45-43. Hagel inbounds. .45. Loggers could tie or take the lead here. Clayton for 2, and we are tied. 45-45, 10:30 to go. Cougars quickly the other way. McKenzie to Crosby. Jumper good. Oh, blocked. Oh, nope. I thought there was a block, but they're going to give them. Telling you folks, can't talk tonight. They're going to give the Cougars the shooting foul. It's Joe Turner, first personal, 13. Free throw for TJ Gaines, and it's good. Patrick McKenzie. Has it right in front of the Cougar bench. Davis to Gibson. McKenzie to Crosby, left elbow jumper is good. 49-46, 9:43 to go. Logan Clayton will once again run the point for Lincoln Land. Brooks stolen away by Crosby. Score here would be nice. Gibson, turnover. Cougars had 12 turnovers at the end of the first half, but so did the Loggers. Not too often you see 24 combined turnovers between both sides in the opening 20 minutes. I mean, it happens, but it's not super common. Down to 6 on the shot clock. 3 ball is good for Jordan Brooks. So 49 all with 8:48 to go. Patrick McKenzie to Damon Crosby. 3 is blocked and taken away by the Loggers, and then Crosby fouls.
Cougars' personal foul goes against Damon Crosby. That's his checking in that Cougars team
Milstead and Nicholas McKenzie into the game. John Wood, 36-24 over Danville area, 15:39 to go in Quincy. So they're a little behind us, but not too much. We started at the same time. Holding foul on the Cougars. Damon Crosby just picked up his 3rd.
That's his 3rd.
Loggers off the inbound, 8:27 to go. We're tied at 49. Pennell to Doolin, down low to Hagel, and this might be a steal, but we got a pushing foul. Who are they going to call this on? There's kind of a 50-50 ball. Call it on the Loggers. Hagel picks up his 2nd. McKenzie to Crosby, back to McKenzie. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Milstead. Down to 3. Nicholas McKenzie for 3. Misses everything. And it'll go to Lincoln Land. 49 all, 7:50 to go. Well, they stopped the game for a kernel of popcorn at center court. DJ Doolin to Logan Clayton. 7:44 to go. Now Brooks. Brooks to Pennell. 7:30 to go. Pennell down low. 2 underneath is good for Nick Hagel. Lincoln Land by 2. Here comes McKenzie to Gibson. Thought about the 3 and traveled. Armani Hall back in for the Cougars. Looks like it's Benji Eaker and Tyler Sales for the Loggers. Brooks off the inbound, defended by Milstead. Pennell, kick out. Jumper for Clayton is no good. Rebound Crosby. Cougars need a score here. There's plenty of time left, but you don't want Lincoln Land to get more momentum than they need to. Gibson, nice look to Hall. Hall to McKenzie. Down to 15 on the shot clock, 6:46 on the game clock. Cougars down 2. Gibson for the tie. 51-51. Pennell at the left wing, 6:33 to go. We're tied at 51. John Wood, 40-29 over Danville area, 14:09 to go. And Logan Clayton gets the 2, 53-51. Back and forth we go. McKenzie, they wanted the lob, they didn't get it, and then Martrellian Gibson tried to save it. Oh, and then they just teed up Armani Hall for batting the ball out of bounds. Well, I didn't think that was more than a semi-aggressive attempt to get the ball back to an inbounder in terms of the play had already been out of bounds. So Clayton will shoot technical free throws. Cameron Walls, freshman from Decatur, new entry. And then it wasn't Damon Krause, it was Katan Brown as a new entry. Or not new entry, returning. Clayton, good. Boy, in a game as tight as this one, not what you wanted to do. On the high school boys side of things, Notre Dame beat Dixon tonight 46-39, so it'll be Peoria Notre Dame versus Peoria Manual Friday night for the sectional championship at Renaissance Coliseum. 6:14 to go. Loggers by 4. John Wood starting to pull away from Danville area now. It's about a 20-point game. Clayton to Brooks. Now in the corner with Sales. Sales to Pennell. Pennell hands it off to Eaker for 2, no good. Rebound, Cameron Walls. Walls to Morton. Back to Walls. Gibson on the drive. His 2 is blocked. And then a late whistle comes in on the Loggers. On number 15, Tyler Sales. That's his first, team's 5th. So Lincoln Land is in the bonus the rest of the way. Loggers only have 1 foul to give until ICC is also in the bonus. So Martrellian Gibson at the line at the moment. His free throw is no good. DJ Doolin and Nick Hagel in for the Loggers. One more for Gibson. And it's good. Down to a 3-point game. 3-point deficit, I should say. 55-52 Loggers, 5:30 to go. Clayton to Hagel. Hagel to Eaker, down low to Doolin for 2, and it's blocked. Hagel with the rebound and put back, and he's fouled. Nick Hagel at the line. Martrellian Gibson, Katan Brown. Brown tries to drive, turnaround 2 is good. 57-54 with about 5 minutes to go. Looks like we'll be in for a good finish here at the Cougarplex. Drive and 2 is good, no good. Clayton with the rebound. DJ Doolin back to Logan Clayton. 4:35 to go. Loggers with the ball and a 3-point lead. ICC has the possession arrow. Pennell, no good. Rebound, Cole Morton. Cougars the other way. Gibson lost it. And then Milstedt's going to get called for the foul. So free throws forthcoming for Lincoln Land. So momentum obviously favors the Loggers right now. 1 and bonus for Clayton. Logan Clayton, sophomore from Mount Auburn, no good. Down to 4:13 to go. We're down 3. Patrick McKenzie to Catan Brown. Brown will drive, lost it. This is a big possession here, especially if Lincoln Land scores. Penalty to Doolin is good. Now a 5-point lead, multiple possessions. 3:45 in the second half. Gibson to Davis for 3, no good. Rebound McKenzie. Millstep for 3, it is no good. Rebound McKenzie. 3:30 to go, down 5. McKenzie almost has it stolen away, maintains possession, goes over to Gibson for 3, and it's no good. And that'll go out of bounds to the Loggers. Lincoln Land could take a big lead here. And the way this game's going right now, yes, 8 points is a big lead. They'd get that with a 3. They'd settle with a 7-point lead with the 2. Again, this is our last game with commentary. However, the rest of the region tournament will be live streamed right here on this YouTube channel. Jake Pennell off the inbound. He's got a tough time getting it in. Clayton to Hagel. Loggers had numbers for a second, but they would have had to hurry. And then Cole Morton commits the foul. So that is his second, I believe. Yep, his second, team's 8. So 1 and bonus coming up for the Loggers. McKenzie to Crosby. Crosby tries to drive baseline, goes to Davis. Davis to McKenzie. Time is not on the Cougar side right now. 2:50 may seem like a lot, but it may, well, that'll help. Damon Crosby for 2. 59-56. They needed that score there, especially if Lincoln Land scoring on the other end. So let's say that basket doesn't happen. Lincoln Land scores on the other end. You're talking 61-54 with just 2:45 to go. And again, the phrase I used is the way this game's being played right now. A deficit like 7 may seem like a small one, but in terms of the way this game is playing, in terms of flow, pace, just overall scoring efforts on both sides, that would favor Lincoln Land. And I don't know how much you could say, like, is it more of a quote-unquote 16-point lead? I'm not really sure, but all I know is that in the way the game's being played right now, an 8-point lead is much larger than it would seem in a, I guess, normal game, for lack of better words. Longer inbound, 2:45 to go. Pennell, and that might be, okay, off Milstead. 2:44 to go. What do we have here? So, not sure what this is about. VAR official was overruled for something. Either way, whatever was going to happen is happening on schedule. Eaker to Clayton. Clayton, jumper, no good. Tipped rebound to Eaker. And the Cougars are going to have it. Cole Morton to Ian Milstead to DeMond Crosby for 2. And it's a 1-point game, 59-58 with 2:24 to go. McKenzie almost got the steal. Loggers called a timeout, a player called timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. So out of the timeout, ICC has 3 timeouts to go. Lincoln Land has 2. Loggers are in the double bonus. Cougars are not even in the 1 bonus yet. Jake Pennell inbounds in front of the scorer's table. Well, ended up being Eaker who gets it into Hagel. Hagel to Clayton. And a foul on the Cougars.
Cougars personal foul against 14, Cole Morton. That's his 3rd. Team's 10th. Lincoln Land is now in the double bonus. At the line shooting 2, Logan Clayton.
Free throw good. Marcellian Gibson into the game. 2-point lead for the Loggers, 2:06 to go. And it's good. Patrick McKenzie at the point. Cougars need a good push here. It's only a 3-point game. So obviously very manageable. Milstead for 3. Nope. Rebound. Somebody. Gibson's got it. 1:45 to go. Loggers 61. Cougars 58. McKenzie to Milstead for 3. We are tied. 61-61. Timeout Cougars. And it is a full timeout. So both teams with 2 timeouts left. As I mentioned, Loggers in the double bonus. Cougars still have a foul, or Loggers still have a foul to give. Nick Hagel and Logan Clayton have combined for 38 of Lincoln Land's 61. They got 19 apiece. Loggers inbound. 1:35 to go. And that's off the Cougars. Oh no, it's still in, they say. Gibson to McKenzie to Milstead, 1:27 to go. McKenzie off the screen from Gibson. McKenzie, jumper, banks it in, 63-61, 1:11 to go. Clayton to Pennell. Pennell hands it off to Hagel. Hagel to Clayton. Clayton drives, gives it to Eaker, who gets it to go off Milstead, so we'll stay on this end. 51.5 to go. This is a big defensive possession here for the Cougars. Logger inbound. Doolin, no good. Rebound McKenzie. Cougars have momentum now. Milstead was fouled, and so shot, well, no. It's only the sixth foul unless they say intentional. Cougars need somebody to inbound. 45.4 to go, ICC by 2. Inbounds to Davis, now Crosby to Milstead, and it's a 4-point lead. Timeout Cougars. Full timeout Cougars. Cougars, with the stop here, may end it. Easier said than done, right? Clayton gets it across, 35 seconds to go. Clayton, 2, no good. Rebound, Gibson. And he is fouled. 1 in bonus for the Cougars. I would imagine at least 1, but especially if both of these go in, the Loggers well, I did kind of phrase that poorly. The Cougars have a stranglehold on this game, perhaps if 1, but definitely if both of these go in. First one, good. I would say this win is iced if Mark Trentlian makes this one. It would be a 6-point lead with the shot clock off. No good. And that is off DeMond Crosby. Loggers got to hurry here. 27.3 to go in the second half. ICC 66-61. Loggers, Pennell, turnaround 2, no good. Doolin put back no good. Eaker no good. And the Cougars are going to get to run this one out. ICC is going to move on. Doolin with the intentional foul. Free throws forthcoming for the Cougars. Gibson, good. (67-61), 14.4 on the clock. Gibson, good. That ought to do it. Down to 11 seconds. Clayton to Pennell. They need a 3. They'll just go inside and basically throw this one away. DJ Davis is going to run out the clock. Final score from the Cougarplex. ICC is moving on. Score 68-61. They will face Parkland this Saturday at 1 p.m. I want to thank you all for tuning in this evening. This is Alex Stubbs signing off from the Cougarplex. Cougars advance to Saturday's region semifinal at 1 p.m. against top seed Parkland. Good night from East Peoria.